This is to the fact checkers, or I should say, the middle management and the crackheads that run the help desks. I know what I know. I also understand what I think. I understand what I'm supposed to know, and I understand what a lot of you think. But I can't know what you know. So what magic powers do you have that makes you think you can know anything else other than your own experience? And on top of that, do you even know from your own experience? Do you know how to learn from your experience? Do you know what you should learn for yourself in your experience? Have you gone that far in your overthinking of things? We're going downhill because of how you all run everything. All you are the casino and brothels help desk. You're there to protect interests and nothing else. Everything good you think you do is meaningless, because everything that you do to find what is wrong creates what is wrong. I'll use an example. People open up sex rings to catch bad people. Those sex rings end up grooming more bad people, making them think it's okay. People go out and look for racists. The way they do it makes people act racist, proving, supposedly, to the anti-racist that they found what they've looked for. The reality of what's being created is a hate-filled chaos mess that's getting worse and worse and worse. And the way you guys manage everything, whatever's bad needs to be gotten rid of so it doesn't make everything else bad. We learned during the War on Terror that all of you have been creating the terrorists. And that includes the ones that think that they're religious. The ones among you that think that you're religious. Because what is your religion other than fantasy and imagination? Because again, what do you know and how? What do you think? What do you believe? And how is it true? And if you can explain how it's true, what does that imaginary logic mean for every single thing else that you consider modern and scientific? How come you never notice that when you enforce science, people die quicker and more often? Or do you even notice? Or are you too busy fighting evil? Just a few questions. If your head is only full of rocks, and you get a bunch of other people whose heads are full of rocks, and you take mind-expanding chemicals to make those rocks jiggle around faster, does the sound of rocks banging together in a chorus equal wisdom? Can it outthink someone who already knows whatever the truth is? Or do you have to vote on whether or not you believe it? Whether or not you can imagination yourself onto the right side? And then when that person ends up being wrong because they think just like you do, you just shift the blame to that one person who, if alone, would never have done any damage at all. But thanks to your help, they did damage. That is the standard operating procedure of the Western world. the world run by horrible, stupid middle management and the help desk. Now, yes, I've worked in your field, but I do not have your background, nor do you have mine. I was slumming it because I was sick. I was sick my whole life, and I did the best I could. But I was judged by people with rocks in their heads that I wasn't doing enough. And every single thing I did was judged passive-aggressively. And you expected me to be honest to people who are never honest. And when they choose to be honest, all they can do is think tiny thoughts and use tiny ideas and completely misinterpret what I say, no matter how direct I am. So obviously the truth isn't for you, and neither is the human race or the future. You're just a bunch of crackheads, and that's putting it lightly. Egomaniacs, collective cultists. So, anyways, have a good week. Good luck. You guys create your own hell that you're in. You know, you bash those rocks together to help yourselves feel better because you're not alone. And then you drag everyone else down with you. So, good luck, I guess. You know, all I have to do is sit here and you'll just blame me for making all this happen because I say all these things and my words are magic and they counter your spells. It's because you're retarded. It has absolutely nothing to do with magic. You're retarded and relying on your retarded intellects for everything. And if anyone says anything true that opposes what you think is true, you blame them for creating something that unravels what would have happened if you all had gotten your way. Isn't that the way it always is? If only everyone went along like slaves to the house N-word and their masters, the whores and johns that run the brothels, the alphas, the good dogs. Fucking A, man, seriously.